I found my daughter cyberbullying a classmate. What I made her do next has divided our entire family. I never thought I'd be the parent searching through my child's phone. I've always believed in privacy and trust. But when my daughter Lily's math teacher called to say she seemed to be bullying another student, everything changed. Lily is 14, popular, athletic, the kind of girl I was never brave enough to be in high school. She's always been kind, at least from what I could see. So when Mr. Peterson mentioned that Emma, a quieter girl in Lily's class, had been coming to school in tears, I was shocked to hear my daughter might be involved. I've seen the way they interact, he said carefully, and other teachers have noticed Lily's friend group isolating Emma. We're concerned that night while Lily was in the shower. I did something I swore I'd never do. I checked her phone. What I found made me physically ill. A private Interscrab account. A group chat dedicated to mocking Emma's clothes, her weight, her actiony photos, taken secretly during class, edited with cruel captions, comments from Lily that I couldn't believe came from my daughter. Maybe if she killed herself we wouldn't have to look at her face anymore. My hands were shaking when Lily came back to her room. I showed her the phone screen, watched her face transform from confusion to horror as she realized what I'd found. It's just jokes, she whispered. Examine and does it? Would it feel like just jokes if it was you? I asked. She looked away. Emma's weird. She stopped. I said. I don't care if she's weird or different or whatever excuse you've created. What you've done is cruel, and it ends now. I spent the night researching cyberbullying, the psychological effects, the teen suicides linked to it. By morning, I had a plan that felt both necessary and terrifying. First, I contacted Emma's parents. I apologized profusely and told them everything, offering to show them the messages. They were silent for a long time before Emma's mother started crying. Emma's been in therapy for months, she said. She didn't want to tell us who was doing this. Next, I called the parents of every girl in the group chat. Some were defensive, some were mortified, one hung up on me, but I needed everyone to know. Then came the hardest part. I sat Lily down and told her what would happen next. 1. She would delete all social media accounts. No negotiation. 2. She would write a detailed apology to Emma, which I would review. She would apologize to Emma face-to-face with both sets of parents present. 4. She would attend weekly counseling sessions to understand the impact of her actions. 5. And finally, the part that has torn my family apart. Lily would create an anti-bullying presentation and deliver it to her entire grade. Lily was hysterical. You are ruining my life. No one will ever talk to me again. You should have thought about consequences before you suggested someone kill themselves, I replied, my voice breaking. My husband thinks I've gone too far. He said are mean sometimes, he said. This public humiliation won't help. My own parents called me draconian. My sister said I was setting Lily up to be ostracized. Only my brother supported me, having watched his own son struggle after being bullied in middle school. Yesterday was the apology meeting. Emma sat rigid between her parents' eyes down as Lily read her letter. It was genuinely remorseful. Lily had worked on it for days. When she finished, Emma looked up and said quietly, "Why me? What did I ever do to you?" Lily had no answer. The truth, the cruelty often needs no reason hung in the air between them. Emma's parents thanked me afterward. No one has ever stood up for her like this, her father said, his voice tight. The anti-bullying presentation is scheduled for next week. Lily's friends have already started distancing themselves. She cried herself to sleep last night, and it took everything in me not to go back on my decision. But this morning I found her researching the psychological effects of cyberbullying on her own. When I asked why, she said, if I have to do this presentation, I want to understand what I did. It was the first glimmer of real understanding I've seen. I don't know if I am doing the right thing. My family is fractured over this. Lily may lose friends. But when I think about Emma coming to school every day facing a torrent of hatred, knowing what waited for her online, I can't back down. Sometimes being a parent means making the hardest choice, not the most popular one. I hope someday Lily will understand that this isn't about punishing her. It's about teaching her that her actions have real consequences for real people, and that in this family we take responsibility for the pain we cause, even when it hurts, even when it's hard, even when everyone else thinks we've gone too far.